Which we may do, we may not. Who knows?
Might
Okay,
happen.
so now we got our space truck. We have our connections left and right, and the back for the Moshi. Now we just need a driller or two.
So here's what's going to happen. If we try to put a connection on the side here, it's going to drop because of artificial gravity, and build and repair is going to grind it. So we're going to
Mm-hmm.
have to build not off of this connector unless we do the whole small grid conversion trick thing. It would be better to do the small grid conversion trick thing here.
You
Or
just
not even that, but like let me just start the process. Let me just make this easy on
well,
everyone.
you're building the drillers. I did my job. I built the truck.
Oh, that is so misaligned. I wonder if I can. Oh, there we go. I can work with that. Now, we have to consider, because we have these connectors on the side, we talked about this on the other stream,
Hmm.
like the drill bike here that's got a side connector. That's kind of how we envisioned the work vehicles that attach to this,
Hmm.
hence the side connectors that he put on. So I'm gonna kind of like rotate myself when I build this thing and try to visualize it this way.
And I'm gonna stand here and get in
Now,
the way.
we only have so much platinum left. We are at
Five million
4
three
point
hundred and twelve.
close, more like 5K.
Okay.
So I would love to build two workships, but we'll see what we can get away with.
Well, I
Let's
want to
start with,
build one if we can get away with it. Otherwise, we have to find platinum, and we'll take the hydrogen, you know, ship.
yeah, and it's got a full tank on it, so it does good in space. So that I think is our plan B
Yeah.
is to take the Stingray out
But
and
I
use
want
hydrogen.
one if we can do it that will drill and maybe like a medium cargo or whatever you think you want to put on it. Because it's not. We're gonna have the tanker right there.
Hmm.
So if we
So
can
we
get
need a
one,
ship
we're good.
that can go back and forth to a job site and the space truck to fill the truck.
Hmm.
So it doesn't necessarily need to have an enormous amount of cargo, but enough to make the job of drilling worthwhile,
Hmm.
and not to be too annoying to go back and forth. So
Yeah.
I think we can do that with medium cargo containers, but more than one.
You're the boss.
Let's see, what do I got? Surely somewhere in here I have a cargo container in one of my toolbars. I don't. Amazing.
And any comment on my chat? Do you see all these automated things happening?
Lovely.
I've been working.
So it's possible to stack these medium ones up kind of like this. And we could make, like, if you come take a quick peek at the Stingray, that's what I did here. It's medium containers side by side in the rear end. And you can kind of make these like wider car-like shapes by doing side by sides with the mediums. So yeah, you'll see just back here underneath either one of these sides here, like right where I'm standing
Hmm.
is a container, and then right over here is another one, and I think there's a couple more, like one here and one here as well.
Oh,
That being said, doing this side by side design could work.
I'm fine with it. Whatever you want to do. It's
Of
gonna
course.
just remember it's a drill in, a drill out. So I'm thinking if you're gonna do that, you're probably looking at four drills, probably.
I usually do like a few on the nose and a couple just past the tip of the nose on the sides. So it has kind of a wide head, but also some side protection.
Okay. Just want
So
to make sure that we drill efficiently and we can turn corners when we're in a hole.
sure.
Because that's where I usually screw up my designs.
Oh, I always want to use this saddle cockpit because it's oh cool. It's the new block, but I don't want to build doesn't fit for this build. I kind of want to do one of these. I've been building with even width because I don't build even width builds quite often. So I, you'll see me doing it a lot more often. If you're wondering why, it's just because for me it's a change of pace, and I'm really liking that.
Now we won't even mention that every time I did a dual build, he always got mad at me when we did even builds.
Oh yeah, I became incredulous.
Yeah, he would
Like,
always.
what are you doing?
Yeah,
Why would you do that? What's the sense? My God,
yeah.
the
So
humanity.
I'm sure he's saying that internally, and
Think of the children.
yeah. So anyway, yeah. So we will be using modded drills. Just so you know, the big drills, they're huge.
For the vanilla drills.
Yeah, the vanilla drills aren't the prettiest. These are the modded drills. So if what do I need? I need the welder. Is that yeah? So
Simple. Our Simple's like, oh my God, you cut the entire tail off. Yeah, I know, Simple. It's fine. We intended to do that, buddy. In fact, why don't you just go ahead and recompile it yourself?
yeah.
So
So
this is something you might not have seen, Miguel, is that we're running a script that gives us a kind of a floor plan of our grid. So all the different things have different functions like gyros, power, weapons, etc., etc. Yeah, fun script. So yeah, I was gonna refill some of my power.
yep.
And while we're waiting for that,
I'm showing my chat the view of
no, Num Charlie's view. You should have like a little text overlay that's like
Well, I
Num
was,
Charlie's
but
stream or
well, I
something
can
like that.
actually bring it in here, but I haven't done that yet as a smaller thing. But what I'm showing is this is the drilling radius of these small drills, especially on a small grid. They're huge. In fact, they might even be bigger than the large grid version of these modified
Yeah,
drills.
just that little X block right there.
Yeah, and
That's the
so
modded thruster we're using. If you want to take a look in the workshop, they are the S Tech flat drills.
they're
S
awesome.
Tech, as in super.
Yeah, they're
I don't know
awesome.
if that's I don't know if that's what the S stands for, but yeah, they're really really good.
Yep.
There's also a grinder and a welder variant of them for grids as well. But we just frankly, both Veggie and I have fallen in love with the radius of the drill. Because
Mhm.
now you can build ships more on the shapes you want to build without having to worry about building around that giant vanilla drill.
And the
So
weight
nice.
alone. Those drills are heavy, they're long, they're
But
three
the one thing
by what?
the one thing they're really good for is they act like a bumper, right?
They do.
They're a really good bumper block.
The vanilla or these?
The vanilla drills. In
Yeah.
fact, you can make missiles, like AI missiles that have drill heads on them, because they take so much to destroy, and they can just ram right into anything and do tons of damage without actually collapsing.
Well, if I was talking about bumper, I would talk about those, but I'm talking about drills. We don't want that.
Well,
They're
what I'm
way
saying
too
is
big. Way too
one
big for
of
what we're
one
doing.
of the pros of the vanilla drills that we lose with going to this modded is that we have to drive a bit more carefully because we don't have as much leeway with bumping into stuff. But the expanded
True.
radius means we tend to not have as many troubles bumping into stuff.
And
While
I
drilling.
usually spam them.
Yeah, that's true.
So I can't actually run into anything because I've mined everything in front of me. Unless I'm going like full speed, then I just deserve it at that point.
Yeah, that's arguable.
So
So yeah, this is kind of the rough shape I'm thinking of cockpit and storage. This is a total of 6 medium storage containers, which I think will satisfy you, but maybe not. Who knows?
you don't have to. I got the tanker.
Well, I think in an ideal world, I like the idea of building 2 of these. In fact, maybe I just slap
Well,
the connector on this side.
as soon
too.
as we get platinum, maybe we will have two. But for now, I
Yeah.
want to just get one, and then we'll blueprint it and put up a projector and let build and repair build the second one.
Okay. Let me grab the flat drills.
Which is beautiful, by the way, because you can build something, and if you want another one, you just put a camera on it. Okay, we're gonna play with. Let's see. Game. Do I not have it?
Now, let's see here. We're probably going to want this thing to have, well, you don't have any defensive capabilities on Rock, right?
See my. No, not at the moment. We probably will eventually, but not right now. See my string? See my string? Huh? See it? See it? See it?
Picture in picture. Oh, that's cool.
Uh-huh.
I like that a lot. So if I look at you and you look at me, you've got two different screens where it's just astronauts looking at each other.
But my picture in picture actually has a slight delay because streams have a delay.
I just have to stand here a second.
Yeah. So it's a mirror. It's a mirror. And if I wanted to, I can. No, I can't do that because I'm on a second. Oh.
So if you're curious who this guy is that I'm looking at here, you can head over to his channel right there. That's his link. He is actually streaming from his perspective as well.
And if you want to see who the other guy is, you probably already know. Wait a minute. Why didn't that not work?
Use slash. You need to use bang.
Not in this one. Because it should not, unless I got rid of that command. Just a second. That should have worked. Let me check. I've made a lot of changes. So let's see.
Do we really even need defensive capabilities on this thing?
That's that one. Slash NC.
I really don't want them sticking out that far. I don't really like the way that looks. I don't even think we haven't ran into many space pirates or needed defense. Frankly, I think if that one didn't work either. Frankly, I think if we ran into pirates at this point, there you go.
It worked this time. I don't know.
Yeah, I think if we run into pirates at this point, we just run back to the mothership and let it defend us. But that's a good point. We haven't really set ourselves up for defense at all at this point, other than 4 basic turrets.
At this point, we just came off of Joven. Okay, we do have some Gatling guns, so we have some protection, but not a lot. Now, my thought was first we need to get materials, so we needed the cargo, we needed a driller. Okay, we're going to have more weapons on the mothership, and we probably will put at least Gatlings, if not something else, on the truck.
Okay.
We don't have the materials to do it right now, so I'm not really worried about it. It is what it is.
I'm pretty sure we have the materials to make a Gatling turret.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's what we want on here. We may want something with a little more punch, you know? But at this point, what I want to do is put like missile launchers forward and aft up on the Moshi. Maybe a railgun
you mean,
or something for...
Do you want to do like a custom turret, or you mean off the front?
For Moshi? I want a rocket launcher front and back, and then a railgun custom turret so we can snipe. It could be AI as well.
So when you say rocket launcher, are you talking about manually controlled rocket launchers, or are you talking about rocket launcher turrets?
Rocket launcher turrets.
Oh, okay. All right. I was thinking for some reason I had it in my head you were talking about the manuals, and I was like, well, that's weird to have them on the back because you can't really aim them, you know. But yeah, that makes sense. Rocket launcher turrets. Now, we haven't made rockets. I don't think... Do we even have rockets?
Not at the moment, no. That's why we don't have the turrets.
We could probably make some, but it's going to use the platinum that we're trying to use on the thrusters right now.
I know. That's why I kept saying I'm not worried about it right now. I'm just saying these are my plans.
Sure.
So we're going to have a sniper that will be, we will use to snipe enemy if they get too close. We will have the rocket launchers, which will automatically defend us, as well as the Gatlings we already have that will automatically defend us. On the truck, I'm thinking something with some punch so that if we need to, we can, attack while we're getting back to Moshi and let Moshi take them out,
Okay.
if that makes sense. Now, in my chat, just so you know, we do have a motion controller on Moshi. And currently, Miguel has told us that he's sleepy, so Moshi is now sleepy as well.
Moshi is now also sleepy.
So if you guys would like to have Moshi be something else, you can just let us know at any time.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's true.
we will change Moshi so it will be that emotion. And then in both of our chats, you can see what the available options are. So
Yeah, and frankly, if you all get into a chat war about the emotion, and we spend the rest of the stream just toggling the emotion back and forth as you fight it out, I guess that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So that's in your hands, chat.
Mhm.
You can tell us what the emotion of our mothership should be, and if y'all want to have a big emotion war over it, then go for it.
Mhm.
I will gladly change this controller as many times as it takes. I thought I was in pre-cam.
Well,
I may have just smashed my face into the Moshi.
Oh, cool. I am out of energy, so I am running inside to take care of that.
You could just smash your face into the Moshi.
I didn't have the health to do that.
Oh, it's full, I see. Tools, where we got these at? Put these in here. There we go. Give me one of those, give me one of those, give me one of those. And about 3 of those, which is more than I'm probably ever need. Give me a gun and some bullets. Okay, let me check Izzy's script, make sure Izzy is queued to make more ammo. Let's see here.
What's the UI for this? How do I turn that off?
What UI are you looking for?
Space
The
Engineers.
in-game UI?
Just, yeah.
I switch mine to the letter I. So if you've switched your tab to the menu, then it's probably I. Because I switched tab and I around.
Okay.
Oh, we got evil. We are.
Okay, there we go.
We are feeling a bit spicy.
I'm going to switch so I can see what he's doing. There we go. That's evil. Evil!
Quite evil.
I like that one. That one's cool.
I want to see it from the outside.
That'll scare everybody
Yes.
away.
That actually fits the build really well. Honestly, I think this is maybe the best use of the emotion block we've had so far. It's just having chat control it.
They'll come up. We're going to attack them. Oh, no, we won't. We're out of here. Look at that.
So mischievous. Where am I at? Okay. I can't figure out where I'm at in the mothership. There's so many floors to it, I get lost sometimes. The script I am running for the airlock is Whiplash's, I believe. Whiplash's script. Yeah, Whip's auto door in airlock. If you can run scripts, that one is amazing. It allows you to group doors and lights and sound blocks so that when you open part of the airlock, things happen. And I just love it. And it auto closes the doors, which is also really lovely. Okay, so back to the workship. Okay, oh, actually, one of my clients canceled tomorrow, which is, I mean, not great, but also kind of great because it was sort of conflicting with another client. So, hey, I'm good to go there. Not that you all are particularly interested in my work stuff, but... So we've got connectors, we've got a couple drills there. I guess we start building out the front face of this
Bing,
ship.
bing, 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 bing.
Did you run the quote?
I
You
did.
sure did.
I did.
I believe that quote is open to the public as well, so anyone can generate a random quote with exclamation point quote. We've got not the greatest number of quotes installed yet, but as we've been playing, we've been putting more in, obviously. Can I get away with this? Yo, yeah, I definitely can. Cool. I should just build this in creative mode and then make a blueprint and then bring it over here and then just have build and repair put it all together for me. You can see how build and repair is finishing these blocks as I'm placing them. So nice. It's also weird building this thing on a off axis because the gravity keeps wanting to pull my head into the floor. So far so good. And then what if we take this same angle and flip it? That? Yeah. I think I've I think I've definitely started a build this way before, so hopefully I don't fall into the exact same pattern of what I had done previously. Maybe that's where we put our guns. Right up under here, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Not that we need them, but I for some reason just really want to slap guns on this ship. You know, I keep putting Gatling turrets, so maybe I switch to auto cannons. So if they're there, I need to put a T connection both there and like that and like that. Now I connect those guys on like that. Sweet. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the autocannons personally. They they have a satisfying kind of like a thump 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 when you're shooting them.
Mm-hmm.
Quote number two, food check.
Food check.
Um, but they don't seem to do a lot of damage, especially the like large grid stuff. It feels like you're just like pecking away at them and not doing any good. Suppose we should probably make this white to match that, at least for the time being. Um, so the things that we don't have yet are batteries. So before we get too far in this build, let's just start putting some of those guys on. Now this machine is definitely going to have, hold on, before those get built. This machine is going to need to generate power on its own. Do we stick reactors on these things?
Doesn't necessarily have to. If it's going to connect to the truck, we could put reactor on the truck if we wanted to.
That's a good point. Let's rely on that. Let's keep the workhorse a workhorse.
Okay. And you have some stuff in your chat.
Oh, let's see. They're the best. Just that heavy armor it reflects, but light armor is total firework. Oh, you really like the assault cannons. Yeah, see, to me, as an old school player, they still feel really new to me, and it feels like, yeah, I'm just like pecking away at large grid stuff. But it is a satisfying, like a boom, 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 and I like that. Like, whereas a Gatling gun, you feel like you're just kind of holding the button down and going, yeah, I'm getting hits. I think I'm wearing away a little bit at it. But in the end, it always felt like the Gatling guns seemed to just be more consistent at taking stuff out. Actually gonna tuck that antenna and ore detector underneath, I think. And maybe even the gyros.
Do you need
Yeah.
the ore detector?
It's just so that it can be turned on the fly if you get far enough away from the main grid. It's just kind of a
Okay.
backup.
That's fine.
It's a
Right,
just in
asking.
case thing. You're right though, it's not really needed. It does need an antenna though to stay connected to
Yeah,
the
it
main
does
grid.
definitely need an antenna.
Yep.
It's cool that
And
they'll fit
then,
side by side like that.
isn't it?
Then you
If
can
only we
put
built.
gyros and then put some plates over it all.
Yep. If only we built even width ships more regularly.
I tried, but I got in trouble all the time.
You, you got chastised.
Yeah. So I just built whatever I wanted, and then if it was even, it was even. I didn't care.
Miguel says you have the artillery set up with the assault cannons and you have a great symphony, but add to that a few railguns and miniguns and it's an orchestra. I like the way you think. Yeah, especially too when something comes in at you and you hear your first railguns or your Gatling guns starting to peck away, and you watching those big assault cannons start to rotate and turn towards it, and you're like, oh no, it's gonna get it. Then you hear kaboom! Oh, it's so good. We haven't really pilfered a lot of ammo off of anything else, so I always feel so stingy about building the assault cannon ammo since it uses uranium and I think both uranium and platinum. It's so expensive. Turn these guys off. We don't need these from. Oh no, no, not alive. Here we go. Okay. And then, what does it look like when we sit in here? We plenty of visual room. I'm not so concerned about making this a closed cockpit. These are sort of industrial vehicles.
Hmm.
So maybe we do. We grab a yellow hazard. And what happens if we start building? What is that? Does kind of get our way, doesn't it? Let's start a little further back. Maybe with these guys? Or should we do another bubble? Should we do another like bubble cockpit on this thing?
Whatever you want.
I do like the bubble cockpit. What does that look like if we these on either side? That's okay. Yeah, so let's go over to our curve blocks. So the bubble cockpit that we made, I really liked. And now that it's an even width, we certainly have the option to make it look a little different. So let's try this. First, we need to grab some girders. Can't place without girders. As if we just do this. Oh, better yet, can we put these guys on small grid? No. Bummer.
I wouldn't go up too far because your drills might not be
Yeah, we
drilling
need to
that
go
high.
down a little lower. Well, this is what happens every time I try to build.
I'm just telling you, you're gonna need more drills if you're gonna go that high. That's all I'm telling you.
I'm just doing
Just trying to be
I'm
help. Just trying
I'm
to help.
emulating your style of reaction. Actually, that looks
No,
so good
you
from the
did
pilot
not
seat.
go and have a soda and sit on the couch. That's my reaction.
I am sitting down.
But you're not gonna having a soda.
Wait, am I streaming on two different channels at the same time right now?
You
What?
are. You're building.
Crazy. Well, here,
I mean,
what are your thoughts on this so far?
I think it looks fine. I think you'll not knock off the place, but you're gonna have to be a little careful.
Yeah, there's definitely a chance I'm gonna knock that windshield off.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of liking it, if I'm being honest. It's sort of cute. Like, look at that from the driver's seat. That's so cute.
Well, if you wanted to, you could. Let me. What's going? Oh, I gotta click here. Yeah, you could put a drill here on the top and over there, and that would cover your windshield, so you would decrease the chance of actually knocking it off.
These cover the windshield by quite a margin.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.